I share a great appreciation for what's been done before me. And it's almost like this, it's reaching for the clouds. You're trying to constantly achieve something that great within your lifetime. And you have to keep questioning yourself. Did I do that? And I don't think that's a thirst that's ever truly quenched. Right. You keep pushing yourself forward and wanting to achieve something as great as came before you.
You can't stop yourself from, living the life that you want to live and having experiences that you want to have just because of it. You can't, be victimized by it. You take the pros with the cons, and the pros are that I have unbelievable opportunities now. I'm going to make the best of it. I think it's not just in human nature. I think it's a characteristic of all life. I think opportunism and greed has really been the key to, survival. Well, the truth is, it's, we all have good and bad in us, and that, you have to stop yourself. You have to stop yourself, and you ultimately need to create a balance and think about others.
It's a combination of being in the right place at the right time and being prepared for it, and being aggressive about it and sticking with it. I'm not dependent on this job. This isn't going to define me. And I started to sell myself less, prepare more for the roles, really investigate the characters as much as I could, and not feel like, my self-worth was dependent on whether I booked the job or not. And I think that's finally what clicked with me. And I realized, every time I would sort of, get tired of a scene or not want to persist, you go, pain is temporary, film is forever. You go back in there and you give it everything you possibly can.
Usually the first day is the most nerve-wracking. You've built yourself up for all this preparation of what you want this character to be, and you know that whatever you do the first day or first couple days is going to become a part of what this movie is. And a lot of times it's a learning process while you make the movie to discover what that character is. So the first day is always a very difficult one.
I've always been fascinated by, this world that we live in and how destructive we are to it. And as soon as I, really became an actor, that's been, a parallel passion of mine, is trying to bring attention to some incredibly important issues. I think that really so little goes to protecting our planet.
How we process bad news and how it becomes a debate, how truth and facts can be distorted or politicized. This was originally, a metaphor for the climate crisis. If you do a film about climate change, it's nearly impossible to get people to get a sense of urgency and hold a mirror to our culture and media and politics and all of these things. And
we all know that reversing the course of climate change will not be easy, but the tools are in our hands if we apply them before it is too late. I believe that mankind has looked at climate change in that same way, as if it were a fiction, as if pretending that climate change wasn't real would somehow make it go away. But I think we all know better than that now.
I've been working, since I was 13 years old, and I haven't, aside from a year once, I haven't taken much of a break. And
I'm gonna try to I guess take it if it's good news. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I'll take it and make myself a better actor out of it. And I'm not gonna change myself as a person.
I think everyone can always brush up on their technique. It is, what we do takes a lot of research. If you really want to inhabit a role, it takes a lot of work and training, and I think it's incredibly important to constantly, no matter how successful you are. And I have to say, as long as you're honest and authentic about your portrayal of who these people are, no matter how despicable at times, no matter what part of the darker nature of humanity you're exploring, audiences will always connect with that and go along with that journey with you. And that's what I've found in my career.
And the main thing you have to concentrate on is doing your part, and not worrying about them, worrying about you, because you're the character. You want to make yourself look good on screen, and if you're too worried about and wrapped in their business, it's not going to work out. You just pick up things automatically. I mean, I feel like I'm an infinitely better actor than I was before the film because of all the things I've learned. I'll never get to really be young again, and this is my time to be young. So if there's roles right now that fit me as a young person, I'm gonna do them and not sort of rush into becoming the young adult. I am a young adult, but like to be like the, you know, the sex symbol or this, you know, the young guy. If I can do roles right now that are young, I'll never get a chance to do them again. And I plan on being around for a while, so I'll get to do all that stuff later in life. I've sort of learned not to take it so seriously and not to really give into that, not to be depressed about it, because I'm gonna get to do what I want to get to do, and that's work, and that's all that really matters for me.
I think how a lot of great movies and performances are made when, you know, you take a chance and try something different, you know, and grow as an individual and as an actor.
I strive to be the best actor I can be, and whether I've achieved that is always, you know, up to the audience and critics to decide. You can go into it with the best possible intent, work as hard as you possibly can, and people, for whatever reason, may just disconnect with the movie, and you're powerless to that.
Getting all that emotion out of you and being angry for 3 days at somebody and screaming at them and punching them, obviously you're not going to feel too hot afterwards. So it carries itself out, but you know, you got to remember that pain is temporary and film's forever, so you just got to deal with it.
Being an actor is the first thing that I remember wanting to do in life. I remember at 14, 15 years old, watching some classic films, spending months and months watching all the great classics, all the great performers of the past, and being so incredibly inspired by them and saying to myself, one day I want to come close to doing something that good. So I think that thirst or that drive to just achieve what I believe is something as good as those heroes that I have is what continues to make me want to do this.
I think each person has their own process, you know. Whatever works for them, they should sort of do. I think I still have that mind frame. Like I said, it takes a while to sort of look at things for what they are, and you know, I still have the same attitude, thank God, about what I want to do career-wise, which is to just, you know, keep learning as an actor and trying new things. And, you know, I don't want to get stuck doing the same type of thing over and over again. And this is my life, and I want to make it exciting, and especially in my career, I want to take chances.
I took it down a notch, and I learned the valuable lesson that some things are good only to a certain degree.
I encourage you to watch the history of cinema, because as the history of cinema unfolds, you realize that we all stand on the shoulders of giants.